To be a great suite on a cruise ship, it has to hit, in my view, 7 key criteria on the nail every single time. Now, I'm cruising in a midship suite on board Saga Spirit of Discovery. Let's find out how it does on those 7 key criteria. I'm Gary Bembridge. I'm here to make it fun and easy to discover, plan, and have unforgettable cruise vacations. Is this suite unforgettable for the right 7 reasons? Different cruise companies tackle these 7 criteria in different ways. Here on Saga, they have decided to split them into separate individual rooms, something that I really like. So we start off with criterion number 1, which is a great seating area. You have a fantastic sofa down here, you have a little table to put stuff on, you have some more storage underneath the television. You then have a very large interactive television. There is another one across in the bedroom. Also in this area is actually the dining area, which is the second key criteria. There's a little table here. It actually has a little leaf on it so it can expand. And I had a couple of breakfasts there, and you could of course have dinner and stuff there. So it's got a very nice little dining area, comfortable space for 2 people. In the seating dining area, you have this area here where you have a great coffee machine, which has all the little capsules, teas, all that kind of stuff, a kettle, some treats there. And these are all included within the suite fare. Also, importantly down below, you have the minibar. Now the minibar gets replenished with whatever you want, and that is also included within the fare. So again, that's an important perk, an important tick. So the first room in the suite, which is your dining seating area and that sort of little amenities area, definitely works pretty well. As I mentioned, you've got the interactive TV where you can watch movies, shows in the theatre, television, all that kind of stuff. But what about the second room, which is the bedroom? Let's go and take a look at that. Well, as you can see, the bedroom is a pretty good size. This is currently made up as I guess a king size bed or queen size bed. It can be split into 2 beds, so it can be a twin room as well. Next to the bed, you have some plugs and also USB plugs. Let me talk a little bit about plugs on board this particular ship. Now, this being a UK ship, unlike most other cruise ships, it has a large number of UK 3-pin plugs. So you'll find next to the bed, for example, you've got a 3-pin plug. Dotted around the rest of the cabin, you'll find 3-pin plugs. There are also, though, a couple of Euro plugs, so the 2-pin Euro plugs. What you don't have, which is more common on cruise ships, is loads of US style plugs. But this cruise line caters a lot for the Brits, so this is probably perfectly fine. I mentioned that you have the interactive television here as well. And then you also have, across over here, a dressing table. Dressing table, a pretty good size, loads of storage there, but certainly perfect if you need to get dolled up in front of the mirror. I really like the bedroom. It was quite cozy. At night you could close yourself in. The bed is relatively hard. I quite like that. And you can have a choice of pillows. So for example, I like feather pillows, and they were happy to bring those for me. The next key thing I want to look at, which is the next key area, it's a separate room in itself, and that is over there. And that is the sort of the walk-in dressing, but it's more of a cupboard area, storage area. So as you can see, this dressing room come walk-in cupboard is a pretty good size. I can stretch kind of right out that far. There is a lot of storage here. You have 2 spaces. So you have one here with lots of hanging space and area to put your shoes and stuff underneath there. You've got loads of drawers here and a safe, which is a very big safe. You could fit a laptop in like really, really easily. So plenty of storage inside the safe. And then you have the second hang area, which is a little bit longer. So, if you've got your long dresses or whatever that you want to put in there. So it's probably more of a walk-in cupboard really than a dressing room as such, but there is enough room to get dressed in here. Through here is the bathroom, which is actually split into 2 key areas. The bathroom, as you can see, is a pretty big sized room. And there's a couple of things I want to talk about, which I really liked. You have the shower, a big walk-in shower. I guess all showers are walk-in, I suppose. You have one of those raindrop shower head thingies and a handheld one as well. You also have a separate bath, which is a pretty good size, as you can see when I attempted to have a bath in it, or had a bath in it. You have 2 basins, which is something I really like, even though I was happy to try it myself. I like the 2 basins, and a surprisingly large amount of storage. Also, what you have is loads and loads of these branded toiletries. One of the key things that you'll normally get in a suite is a kind of a branded toiletries. This is called Priya, which I hadn't actually heard of, to be honest with you. There is one slightly bizarre feature in the bathroom, and that's the mirror and the lights that are integrated into this mirror, because they don't switch off. I spent ages trying to find a light switch, but they do not switch off. They stay on all the time, and that's true across all the cabins. So it's just as well that I actually brought along some eye shades with me, because the light kind of filters through into the bedroom. So that's something to think about. The second thing, which is actually really good, particularly if you're traveling with someone, is the toilet is through there with a hand basin. So you can actually close this door and have a bit of privacy, so someone can be in the bathroom, someone can be in the toilet. So that separation is a pretty good idea. So having the separate toilet, I guess you could argue, adds a whole extra room, but I count it really the bathroom and the toilet as one area. One thing that's really interesting is it's one of the highest toilet seats that I've actually had on a ship or even at home. And I don't know whether that's a function of the fact they cater for sort of 50 plus, tend to have a slightly older audience, whether that's a thing or it's just a design feature. But like that little hand basin there as well. So that takes us then back out into the main dining and seating area with the next critical element to come. And that critical element is one of the critical and important things that you get if you have a suite, and that is the magnificent, huge, extended balcony. Let's go take a look at that. So as you can see out here on the balcony, it's a great sized balcony. You have a table for two people, so you could sit and have breakfast or a meal out here. You have a lovely lounge area over there, and it's a big, basically I guess a double-sized balcony. A real big plus of having a suite. That's then kind of the hardware of the suite, the space and the features that you have. One of the other key reasons that people like to take a suite is for all the perks and so on that you get. So what does this suite have? Well, it do have a butler as well as a cabin steward. So the butler will do things like unpack and pack if you want them to do, bring you your meals if you're ordering room service, polish, get your shoes polished. Or what he did for me was sort out all of my specialty dining reservations, because they're all included in the fare, and all those kind of arrangements. That is one of the key perks. But other than that, there's very few perks of being in a suite. You do get the chance to order canapes every evening. You just tick what you want in the morning, and that comes in the evening. You get a bowl of fruit, and as I mentioned earlier, you get your drinks in your minibar. But it's unlike other cruise ships, you don't have a special suites area. The other plus is you of course have great locations. So what I really like about the suites on Saga Spirit of Discovery, they're midships. As I mentioned, this is called a midships suite. So it is actually in one of the best parts of the ship, the middle of the ship, the most stable part of the ship, unlike the front or the back of the ship where you have more movement. So how do you think that this Saga Spirit of Discovery midship suite did against those key criteria for making a suite a great suite? I think it did pretty well overall in terms of meeting it. It's a great size, very comfortable, and I think it got a tick on pretty much all of those key things. If you want to find out more about Saga, click this video right now and I'll tell you about what Saga is, starting with one of the key things that Saga is not and why it's not for everybody. So click and I'll see you over there.